Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Corona Real Estate TV. Oh, that chair is wet. I just wanted to give another update, being consistent with our weekly updates here. What we're seeing in the Vancouver market on the ground, and how our coronavirus quarantine is affecting the Vancouver real estate market, or how it continues to affect. What we're seeing directly is, of course, a slowing down all over the place. We've now officially been banned from doing open houses through the real estate board. We've been highly advised against, or at least taking extreme precaution when doing private showings and doing digital showings when we can on active listings. And then we have recently been announced as essential services in Vancouver. So real estate agents, notaries, conveyancing lawyers and notaries, the land titles office, they all remain open. So all the main cogs in the real estate equation are still open for business, of course. They have done that. So of course, we've had some calls on people who have existing deals waiting to complete. All those deals can move forward as planned, and there will be no hiccups in that process. Speak to your conveyancing lawyer or notary with regards to signing and your comfort levels of doing it in person or not. But the process will still go forward. The market in general, I think looking at the numbers, we've seen a slowdown of about 2/3. The market, of course, as you all know, was picking up quite rapidly coming up to the coronavirus, and now that we've seen a couple weeks here of it here in at least a week, going on to week 2 or halfway through week 2 of quarantine. For some, we've seen the actual market activity slow right down. There's still stuff happening. As we mentioned last week, we had a smaller unit in the West End, under 400,000, that got sold. It went into multiple offers once. The deal fell apart, went in again, and then finally sold again over asking. And we're seeing stuff in the higher ends too that are still being shown and are still available to look at, being viewed and getting offers. So there's still stuff happening. Is it a good time to buy? You have substantially less competition out there. So in that regards, yes. If you find what is worth buying to you and your needs, are the people that are hesitating putting their listings on 100%. So you're not getting all the inventory that you necessarily would if the virus was not here. But all circumstances aside, if you see something out there right now that you like, that works, by all means. The banks are still lending. The wheels are all still in place, as mentioned before, and it's a good time because chances are your competition is substantially less than if we weren't in this circumstance. Where we end up in the circumstance and where the market ends up after this, obviously time will tell. Rates have adjusted down a number of times in the last couple weeks here, and that makes for cheaper money. So in turn, you've got more assumed borrowing power. However, at the same time, there's an economic circumstance that will be in place after this. Who lost their jobs, who didn't, who's getting the jobs back, when all that actually takes place. And that's kind of the question mark right now. But I don't have a crystal ball, so I'm not going to try and forecast what the world is going to look like post-coronavirus, or when that is. But at this point, the market is still moving, just at a diminished rate. We haven't really seen prices drop per se. I still think it's too early to get into that conversation, but the stuff that's out there that is getting attention is selling in ranges that are escalated from kind of the pre-lift of 2020 in the market. And this is the coronavirus circumstance, from what I'm seeing, is affecting the day-to-day, in the sense that it's harder to get in and there's less people shopping and there's less people selling, but it hasn't taken a direct toll from what I've seen on pricing at this point. So that's that. I think that everyone, of course, needs to continue staying vigilant in trying to stay inside and be safe and social distance if they must go outside. I've seen a lot of the grocery stores now, and the places that are still allowed to be open, they all have lineups out front and they're all doing their social distancing inside, which is great to see, because apparently this has been very beneficial to us in flattening the curve, as they have been calling it. So I hope everyone out there is safe. The market is still going, albeit at a substantially slowed pace. And that's that. There's still deals happening. I think the month prior to this coronavirus, as I was just getting into before, there's about 130 deals took place, detached west side, so downtown and the west side condo market, and about just over 30 that took place kind of into March here once the coronavirus has kicked in and everyone's kind of slowed right down. So a bit under 2/3 of the activity taking place, but there's still stuff out there. And is it a good time to buy? If you are safely doing so and getting into places and taking precautions and you see what's out there and something worth buying, then yes, it's a great time because you've got next to no competition. I will leave it at that. If you have any questions, touch base with myself or Ben, who's still not in quarantine with me. And yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on things as usual. Be safe, be merry, and we will speak to you soon. Bye for now.